Hello, my friends, and Happy New Year. This is your friend, the Tenkaichi of Games, otherwise known as Izzy, and I bring you this new year channel update. Since, boy, it's been quite a time since we actually went through the madness that was last year. Or, in other terms, last Friday. Well, since it has been a while since I actually did a video. Well, it's gonna be one of those times in which I'm going to explain what's been happening as far as the channel is concerned. So first off, let's get out of the way the brass tacks. So last I remember with the last Let's Play I've been doing, as I stated, my last LP for the year was Samurai Jack Battle Through Time. That was at the very end of New Year's Eve. So that technically was my last LP. Now, as for what I said afterwards, which was going to be Kingdom Hearts 2, it is pretty much a replacement for Chain Memories. Reason why I said, you know what, I'd rather just do Kingdom Hearts 2 over Chain of Memories is because I just didn't like the combat. It's about the same as with Digimon World 1 for the PS1. The combat got a little too stiff for my liking, even though it was RNG, and even though you basically were under the mercy of RNG. Whether you did win, you won, and if you won, your stats go up. If your stats go up, that's good. And who knows, you might have went up to, say, another level as far as Digimon was concerned. Now, the funny thing about what I did with the PSP remake of it, called Redigitize, you're going to see that this week, by the way. So, mind you, if it seems slow, don't worry. I'll have more parts up to it until, until I'm actually done with it. So going back to Kingdom Hearts, I decided to do the PS2 version of it, in which I did find on cdromance.com. I found Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix Plus. It is basically Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix with the Japanese voice acting to go along with the English voice acting. So far you got half of it. The first half of it is going to be like with Roxas and the gang. That's English. With Sora and the others, it's going to be Japanese all the way through. So you heard Organization 13 in English before, but how often do you hear Organization 13 in Japanese, as well as Japanese Donald and Goofy? And let me tell you, Japanese Donald sounds a lot more clearer than the Donald we've known and loved for many years. So there's that. So I decided when I get to Kingdom Hearts 2, it'll be somewhere before this month is up. So it gives me more than enough time to finish up Digimon World Redigitize. I'm not going to pull off everything in that, but it will take at least 2 tries. 2 tries meaning that I have Agumon that turned into Greymon, So if anything should happen and it doesn't work out with my current one, which is Tentamon, if I could turn it into Kabuterimon, that's great. That's wonderful. Because mind you, Digimon plays a lot different than Pokemon. You're dealing with lives instead of like Pokeballs. So therefore, 3 lives. That means if you can't make it with that one Digimon under 3 lives, you have a chance to actually get another Digimon, which is your partner, and basically just continue the story. Yeah. You can continue the story with that Digimon. So, it's all well and good. And as I stated, that game is stat boosting, so it's like as much as I don't like stat boosting because it's mainly RNG, the only way you can get better stats is through training and fighting. So therefore, if I'm not training, I'm fighting. So, you got to do everything you can. You got to make sure it stays well. You got to make sure you feed it. You got to make sure you do this, and do this. So, however way we're going to do it, we're going to get it done. That's all you need to know. So, as I stated, with Kingdom Hearts 2, it'll be somewhere a little bit later down this month. So far, we have like 14 parts. 14 parts already up. So by the time you do see it, it will be up around halfway through this month, and possibly it might go into, say, February. I'm not sure. Or it might be February and going into... No, I take it back. For February, it's Front Mission. And I stated this before, but for those who don't know, I'm doing Front Mission 3 also in the background, in which I'm marking it for March. So I got 2 games going for March. And that's Panzer Paladin and Front Mission 3. And the only reason why I said I'm doing Front Mission a little early is because that game is long. So for the sake of what happens, it'll get into the March month. So therefore, I'm trying to get all of that going and moving while I can play catch up with something else and say, oh, I can move this into March and do whatever. I've only have like 3 different Let's Play going. And I still have a couple of streams I still need to finish. As far as streams are concerned, tomorrow is, Sunday, but by the time you see this, it'll probably be Sunday. So, when that comes in, I'm still going to be doing Ace Attorney Investigations 2, the middle of Case 3. And Monday, I'm going to restart Willy Beamish because of certain things I should have done, but I didn't do. So, I am going to restart it up and just, go from there. Because in that kind of point and click, you're supposed to do what you're not supposed to do. And even the things you're supposed to do, you still do them, but you have something that gives you insurance. So basically, that's the only reason why I'm redoing Willy Beamish, for that one reason. As far as... I'm going back to my normal protocol, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So Wednesday is still I'm doing Super Robot Tyson Alpha Gaiden. Super Robot Tyson Alpha Gaiden. So mind you, all the stuff that's going on between, original generation and the original lineup of Super Robot Tyson. That's all there. So I do believe the arc we are going to be entering is that of Turn A and Gundam X. So, gonna get a few missions in as far as that's concerned. Quite possibly 2, maybe 3. And hopefully we make more progress going from there. For Friday, we still have Terranigma. So, Terranigma, I'm gonna say at least 2 more sessions of that, and that should be done. As far as that is concerned, anyway. I'm gonna say 2, maybe 3, just to be honest, because I still have the fetch quest to go around the world, make sure every town has this and that and this and that going on. One sec. I was stating, as far as the streams go, the Friday stream of Terranigma would be at least 2, maybe 3 more sessions, and then we should be done. I don't know what I'm going to be doing after that. I do have my options of possibly doing either Live a Live, Bahamut Lagoon, or something else entirely. The same thing for right after Willie Beamish. I might consider doing Sam and Max or Inspector Waffles. I'll do anything except for what my normal standard is. I mean, I might continue Danganronpa 2. But the thing about Danganronpa 2, and you're going to excuse me on, the thing about Danganronpa 2 is it gets totally out there as far as, as far as being a detective game, it gets a little too out there when it goes detective. They dial it all the way up to 12, in which let's dial the logic back down to say 7. Just dial it back a bit, not too much, but just dial it back a couple notches. Aside from that, my first chest of obscurity for this year is that of Cape Noir, because for it as a Game Boy game, it sure is quite repetitious, and there's not much going on in that one, really. But still, it was quite enjoyable to play through it for a couple of minutes and then just say, okay, well, since it just repeats itself, I'll just give it a few minutes and there you go. As you can tell from this picture, yeah, this is my character that I play in 14. And where I am right now is I'm still an Endwalker. And for those who are still playing it, I'm not going to spoil anything. But so far in the story where I am, I'm sort of getting the gist of what's going on in quote unquote our enemy's territory. And for what it's worth, our heroes are just trying to find a way to fix it. That's all it is. Just finding a way to fix it and see how far it can be fixed. And if it can stay like that. I've been sent quite a good number of games before the new year, which in fact they run, in which you will definitely see it on the channel once I'm actually mostly done with my current loadout of games that I have still in circulation. That doesn't mean that all the other games before that aren't as important, but they are. Don't worry. Like the World Ends With You is still going to be finished. Even though it's going to take me a while, I might consider that as a stream at one point. Because it feels like it's a game that I want to stream. And the good thing is, well, since I finished the first story, the rest is just optional to where I want to do it on a stream. And just take it from there. As far as Project Tenkai is concerned, I have two on hand that I really want to do, and that's Shenmue and Dragon's Dogma, Dark Arisen. There's also a couple of games that I downloaded in my spare time that I want to do on stream, or as well as a standalone LP. Now I can't say what they are because most of them are basically questionable to where do I want to put this on the randomizer or the randomizer mean genocide. If I want to put that on the randomizer so I can figure out what I'm going to do after that, or just say, you know what, pick out of the box and go from there. Hard to say, but that's what I'm going with. Oh, excuse me. I still have quite a bit of videos left to do. I'm not sure how long it is before I'm actually done with Kingdom Hearts, but it's good because it just gives me more content to put on the channel. So there's always that. And if you can hear this in the background, there's still some fireworks going on because, you know, New Year's Day. But by the time I put this up, it'll probably be the next day over. I just realized, you know, after everything that has been going on, it's like I've been just tired. In all realization, I'm just flat out tired. After everything that has been going on for the last couple months to the whole damn year. Good Lord. I'm glad I made it through 2021. And even though we lost so many people on the way to getting here, we're still here. And we got to deal with whatever this year is going to throw at us. So that's all I feel you need to know. So that said, if I have anything new as far as an anthem is concerned or anything like that for this season, well, most of my music is saved on my MP3, and I did slap all of it onto my computer, so, you know, it's saved. But all I can say is welcome to the new season of Underrated Games. We're going to get there 1 or 2 or 3 games at a time, be it as a Let's Play or on stream, and I do hope you join me. So with that, welcome to the new world. I hope you're insured. Until then, see you next game. And let's be careful out there.